What's happening? Andy here. I am joined today by my friend Ed Bilson. Ed is with Datamaster Labs. They are in Rennes, France. How are you today, Edward?
Very good. Thanks, Andy. Thanks
Very
for
good
inviting
to
me.
you. Longtime partner. I've known Ed for many, many years. They are a lab that tests office equipment, product solutions, software solutions that integrate into that. Scanners now, you were telling me before we got on the call. So you have a side-by-side comparison website. We'll kind of get into talking, just some background on you that's comparable to another brand that a lot of dealers use. First off, let's talk about Datamaster. How are things going in France? Where are your labs located in France? And what's the climate like? What are you guys doing? Are you working at home? Are you working at the office? What's happening in France?
We're working at home about half the time. Obviously, a lab means that we have to go into the lab every now and then to test machines, but pretty much everybody's working from home in France, just the same as in the States. So Datamaster is in Rennes, which is in Brittany, the old Celtic part of France, that bit that sticks out on the top left-hand side, you might remember from your geography lessons. So a few hours in a car from Paris, an hour and a half on the super fast new EG train. We're looking forward to your visit.
Well, I was supposed to come to France last year, but unfortunately some other things got in the way and I was unable to make that trip. So we will definitely have to reschedule that. And big year for you, despite, the fact that I wasn't able to visit you. You guys didn't stand still. You've got, you were telling me at the end of last year, new ownership, right?
Yep.
So Blood taken a company that's done some really great things and done some, set up some amazing testing protocols and some a very cool website. And now you've got some fresh ideas and some new products and programs telling me about that you're going to roll out. And we'll just have to wait and see how those are coming out. Tell me, who's the new guy and when did he join you? And then we'll get into some stuff for 2021.
He's got an incredibly French name, Paul-Jacques Moreau, M-O-R-E-A-U. So he's ex-Sharp, ex-Xerox, and he's sold quite a lot of document management systems too. He's got his own sales training business, French-based, and what a brave time to take on a new company.
And he's younger.
2020, heck of a year.
He's younger, right? You said he's a little younger than we are.
I thought we agreed we weren't going to talk about age.
Okay, well, he's a little younger, and so the ideas, fresh ideas. So
yeah, absolutely,
that's great. And but we'll have to wait to see what some of these ideas are, and I'm excited to see them roll out. But the purpose of today's call was, your beginning of the year, kicking things off with some big, just like you do every year, and no different in 2021. You did a lot of analysis last year, and so you're giving some recognition, some awards out this year.
Correct. We're just launching the Datamaster Lab Print Awards right this week. 2021. So all based on lab measurements. As you know, we run this sales enablement service, DMO, and have been for over 10 years now, and been testing machines, presses, all office equipment for years and years now. And the awards enable you to tell the difference, increasingly tell the difference in between machines, successful machines and not.
So these products you're testing, you test them on site at dealer locations, you test them in your own lab facilities. You're looking at hardware, essentially, hardware and software, right? So
that's right.
Productivity, you're testing image quality, you're testing, speed that nobody likes to talk about anymore, but they're still important. But you're also testing and looking at the installation and the usability of software, and then you allow people to compare that, correct?
Correct. I hate when I hear people saying, oh, of course, all machines are the same these days. I don't think there's ever been any more differences between machines in the copier market, A4 or A3, than there is currently. And we dig deeper than the specifications. You can buy a departmental machine, but if a departmental machine runs really slow when it's trying to do 2 or 3 things at once, is it really a departmental machine? You'd be amazed how many differences there are.
So let me stop you there. So you're providing comparisons of not just, here's the speed versus here's the speed. Here's how the speed ran this job. This job consisted of X number of pages. It was this, the file size was this large. It took this long to run. And then you run a variety of different jobs on it. Yes?
Exactly. We do all those ISO tests and all the ISO feature tests, but we go a lot further too. So on productivity, we're measuring first copy output times, work group productivity, double-sided productivity, and you'd be amazed how many differences there are between machines when they're printing double-sided.
Well, we're not going to have you name all the areas you could list advantages, because I know I've gone through that tool. I've given demos on that tool, and there are dozens and dozens of places that you could find advantages of product A versus B based on your testing. This isn't just a spec comparison. This is analysis, right? So, and at the end of this analysis, at the end of the year, you guys take a step back. You put all the data from all the different brands, the Canons, the Ricos, the Sharps, the Xeroxes, the Konica Minoltas, the Kyoseras, the Brothers, all of them, the Rizzos. All of this goes in a database, and you start looking by category, and you look at who was the best in these different areas. Yes?
Exactly. So some 6,000 machines on the database, 220,000 different individual tests have been done on them. You can do side-by-side comparisons, strengths and weaknesses, and in the test lab results, you can see exactly how they managed various different feature tests. Then we chuck all that into a great big database, which throws out evaluations in a radar chart format. And once a year, we award awards for the machines which are strongest in a bunch of different areas, including usability, productivity, print quality, like you say, and suitability for software solutions and everything. And they're just published this week.
And so how many of these awards are there? How many, or are they all coming out now? Are they going to be released throughout the month, or how's that going to go?
We're rolling the news out through the months, but they're all available on printer-benchmark.com right now.
And I will have a link for all of you watching this below. Please feel free to click on it, check it out. Also click on that subscribe button, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 and we're closing in. But anyway, click on Ed's link, and go check out these awards. How many do you know how many off the top of your head, how many awards you came out with this year?
212.
Oh, so that's certificates, right?
That's certificates, awards, awarding performance in the various different segments of the market, 20 to 29 page per minute, so on and so forth, A4 and A3.
Well, so 200 plus awards. And my understanding is the companies that typically give out awards in this industry, they charge licensing fees for these awards, right? So with 200 awards, you guys must be the richest people in this industry. Tell me, how much money are you guys going to bring in off of these incredible
Thank you so much.
fees?
Thank you so much. You can download all our awards in exchange for your email address.
So let me get this straight. You don't get paid for your awards. There's no cash changing hands. There's no licensing fees. These are just actually based on testing. You don't have any clients that are paying you for these awards.
We're completely independent of brand interference. We test for free as well. We charge expenses when we get invited somewhere to go and test a machine, but on the whole, so long as people provide us with a machine in the lab here in Rennes, we test it for free. We give them the results for free. Our business model is that we are 100% funded by our subscribers to the DMO service, Datamaster Online.
Well, that's very exciting, Ed. So just to reiterate, I just don't know if I know other companies in this industry that are giving out awards where the award isn't physically tied, or the recognition isn't physically tied to you being a customer or you paying generally a licensing fee to be able to use that. So kudos to you. And just who's able to use these awards? Are these PDFs? You can download them like in years past?
Absolutely. They're all available there. I'm saying all this slightly through gritted teeth, because obviously I'd love to have some of that money. But independence is absolutely key to us. We are simply judge on what we find when we test.
Well, the fact that you're not quite the name over here at this point that some of the other awards mills are, and you can only come out with them once a year, and the fact that you don't make anything off of them, I think adds a lot of credibility to them. When I sold copiers, honestly, I didn't care if the company paid for the award. I didn't care where it came from. I just wanted somebody else besides my brand saying that my product was really good. And so to be able to have something that with some credibility behind it is great. I will put, like I said, a link in there where you guys can download these certificates, these awards. They are by brand, so you'll be able to look at the products that you're going out there selling, whether it's a Canon, a Ricoh, a Sharp. You'll be able to find some recognition from Datamaster on some areas that they thought the products performed really well. It won't cost you anything. The PDFs are free to be used, free to share, and that is just awesome news. I think I'd like to check in with you guys in a couple months and talk a little further down the road, Ed, about first of all, what's going on your side of the pond with you know, the whole virus thing, and then maybe not more importantly, but more you know, also of interest to us, you know, some of these new programs, new plans that you're going to be coming out with based on the conversations we had before we started recording. I think it's going to be a very exciting year for you guys, and I look forward to it. Any last things you'd like to wrap up with?
It's a very busy year. So we've got a lot of credibility. I think we started compiling the database in 2007. We went live with the sales enablement service in 2009. We've been testing since about then. This is the third year that we've run awards, and 2021 is going to be at least as exciting. 2020 was a very difficult year for everybody, but it was kind of busy for us too. Not least with the change of ownership at Datamaster. We've got a very specific track for 2021, much more A4 obviously, and much more in the way of comparison side by side for ECM document management systems.
Well, I appreciate you very much taking the time to talk to us today, right at the beginning of the year, and the awards are going to be, you know, really, really fun to watch those roll out. I will say that, you know, Datamaster is somebody I have been working with for quite a while. It's a product that's evolved out there. For my partners, my vendors, my sponsors who don't know who these guys are, you want an introduction, they are evaluating products, often your products, whether you know it or not. It's something that's worth talking to Ed and finding out, you know, getting a report, finding out what they thought and how they evaluated your print management software, your content management software, just your hardware. You know, you should really know what people are saying about you out there. And on the other side of it, you know, there are not a lot of test labs out there anymore. Mine's gone. We stopped doing that a little while ago. And so really there's a couple left out there, and certainly Datamaster is a global company. They are read and their certificates are being used in hundreds, over 200 products and countries and territories out there. So just a great resource for you if you are in the office equipment industry, if you are a reseller, if you are a vendor, if you are an OEM. You need to know Datamaster, you need to know Ed, and I'm happy to make an introduction. Ed, thanks again. And
thank you very much, Andy.
We will catch up with you soon, and I look forward to chatting with you in a couple months. Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye now.